Hey everyone, it's Karen, and on this episode, I'm going to be talking about who invented video games. Ralph H. Baer is widely recognized as the father of video games for developing the first home video game system as a protocol called the Brown Box in the 1960s, which led to the first commercial home console, which was the Odyssey. While others created other electronic games, Baer's work was the first interactive system designed to be played on a television at home. So I knew nothing about this literally until I researched this. I always thought, Nintendo's, I know that's not like the very first one that ever came out, but I was like, Nintendo's gotta be the first one, or like that or ping pong, that switch, um, where they go like back and forth with the ping pong on there. I was like, that's gotta be the first game. So actually, no, it was called the Brown Box, and this is what I really enjoy about my research and stuff is I love learning, so it's great for me. But just obviously finding out new things that I never knew in school. Because again, who teaches you video game systems in school? Nobody. So that's why I wanted to do it on my own. But yeah, the Brown Box. So if y'all know anything about that, played it, let me know. Because honestly, I hate to say this, but ping pong honestly didn't even look fun enough. So I'm scared to see what kind of video game was on this system. But anyways, moving along, we're gonna break down a little bit about the guy who was the inventor, who had a genius brain and idea. So Ralph was an engineer at Sanders Associate, and his team created the Brown Box protocol between 1966 and 1968, and which could play various games like the table tennis and volleyball on a TV screen. So yeah, kind of like the ping pong. I mean, I don't know. That seems kind of fun because I like table tennis. I like tennis. I just can't play it that well. Volleyball, I love volleyball, but I cannot play that at all. I know that for a fact. Because we did that in high school, and when I was in high school, I was amazing at not serving. I could not serve the ball at all. But if I was on any other position, getting that ball up, down, they always liked me when I was in the front because they knew I was gonna grab the ball and just shove it down. And that's why they liked me, but they also didn't like when I had to serve because I just couldn't get it over to the other team. I would hit my other teammates, or the ball would go completely out of not even where we're playing at. It'd go over to the bleachers. That's why, luckily, they'd always put the bleachers up. But I would wind up in the bleachers. It's supposed to be this way. The bleachers are clearly that way. I served that way. I couldn't angle it that way. So, but yeah. So the next thing is the Odyssey, which is Baer's system, was licensed to Magnavox, which released it as which I'm completely murdering this name. So please forgive me, but I don't know how to pronounce this word. It was released in 1970, and it was the first home video game console. And then Nolan was the next guy who invented, which this is the one that I knew, and yes, I still don't know how to pronounce it correctly because everybody pronounces it all different ways, but the Atari, Atari, inspired by the Odyssey table tennis game. Nolan and a friend of his, Ted, or co-worker, created the first arcade video game. It's a computer space in 1971 and 1972. This company released Pong. So that's the ping pong that I was telling you about. So I knew about Pong. I didn't know about the brown box. So I knew about the 70s, just not 60s. In which Pong became a massive hit and spurred the industry, leading to a home version being released by Christmas of 1975. Of course, they have to have it out by Christmas. It's a big Christmas thing, toys for kids and everything. But I just think that was really interesting because, again, I knew about Pong. I thought I knew about everything about video games, but didn't. Brown box. So I'm gonna really have to try to find. I say this like I'm gonna find a brown box to play, but if I find one, I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna see how the evolution of being able to create the digital art for artwork, because Pong, again, it's just, that was the most easiest design that you can come up with. You make a square, you make a circle, easy shapes that they already create when designing a video game system. But whenever you get into, like, you know, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, you're gonna actually need some better software. So, like in the 60s and 70s, there wasn't that good of software developers and able to develop anything because there wasn't that much in the 60s. So now we're later, 2025 now, and we have amazing, absolutely amazing artwork within a video game. And honestly, that's probably one of my biggest dream jobs when I was little, was because I always played video games. If you're just now kind of tuning in to this channel, kind of recap, been playing since I was 2 years old. So started off with Donkey Kong, or Mortal Kombat, then Donkey Kong. So yeah, just been kind of playing ever since then. Kind of grew up. I use it kind of for like my release, I guess, of my stress and stuff. So like when I have a lot of frustration, I kind of use like war games and stuff. But like I said, that was just a little recap of what's going on. But back to this episode of the brown box, which was the first one created. And like I said, I really want to know what this is like. I want to see what it is. And if you all want to talk about it with me, or know anyone that's ever played it, or if you've played the brown box, please let me know. Talk to me. I want to see, like, show me pictures, tell me about the video games. I am such a nerd for video games. Like, I geek out all over the place. I don't know. That's all I really did growing up, and it was easy for me. Was my parents would just stick me in front of a screen. And I mean, I learned a lot from video games. Don't get me wrong. I learned how to drive. Shouldn't have, but learned how to drive. But yeah, like I said, learning about the brown box and the very first person who invented video games. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you learned something along with me. So tune into the next episode. Thank you for joining, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.